During the course of my presentation, I talked about 27 different tools. And of course, it's really hard to pick one. It's like choosing a favorite child. However, if I had to go on a desert island and only take one tool with me, I would take a tool called SEMrush, because it's an all-purpose tool that allows me to do most of the digital marketing techniques that I require. On the other hand, there are different tools for different jobs. So it isn't possible to only to choose one, but that would be the one. If you forced me to choose one, that would be my one. In terms of using the tools, I use them on the basis of what my customers require. So of course, I don't use all 27 tools every day. However, having a list of tools that I know that are my favorite tools makes me more efficient and makes it easier for me to do my job. So by identifying the best tools, I'm able to save time by knowing which ones are the right ones for the job. So the purpose of using each of these tools is to provide the analysis, to provide me the framework of what I need for the job that needs to get done. So depending on what tool I use, all it's doing is producing the data for me. And as I mentioned during my talk, these are just tools. The next step in the process is to then do the intellectual exercise to identify what needs to get done. That's going to change from client to client, but what it does, what these tools do, is make it easier for me to start my job, to start adding value more quickly, and to be able to do analysis more quickly. Again, I'm using different tools for different kinds of jobs. So you'll notice I mentioned social media marketing tools, I mentioned search engine optimization tools, I use web visibility tools, and also I mentioned specifically tools that Google makes available to us. And I'd highly recommend using the Google tools. I mentioned things like the Data Studio, I mentioned things like Search Console, and these are all Google tools that are available that are used for different purposes. These tools will never replace the creativity, the innovation, the freshness, the intellectual effort that only a smart brain can provide. So these tools, while they might accelerate the process, while they might make it swifter or faster, we still need to have that intellectual exercise from a digital professional to actually add all the value. If we think about the search marketing funnel, I think what's super important are relationships. And although we're operating in a digital space, I firmly believe people do business with other people. So what we're trying to do is to build relationships. I need prospective customers to trust me, and I'm using these tools to build trust, to build relationships, because that fundamentally is what business is all about. I think the Clicksummit event has been fantastic. I think it's been great to explore new tools, new techniques. I think there's been an excellent mix of speakers talking from the strategic level to the tactical level. It's been talking about practical activities. And I think the best thing about Clicksummit has been the number of people here that during each session, they're talking to each other, they're networking, they're sharing their knowledge, they're sharing their experience. And I think one of the best signs that Clicksummit has been a success has been the Twitter activity. I noticed that Clicksummit was trending in Portugal. Isn't that wonderful? So I think these kind of events are great, and I love coming along. I've had a number of speakers that I've really enjoyed today, over the 2 days. But of course, Jeff Bullis, who is of course your keynote speaker, is an inspirational speaker. He shared his stories with us. He gave us ideas. So I think Jeff was Jeff was probably my favorite speaker at the time, and I'm delighted he was your keynote. Can I describe excitement? Wonderful, inspirational, knowledgeable. It's been a great experience. No, I can't use one word. I have to use lots of words. It's been brilliant.